farms and the halfway homestead.
Maybe if I wasn't muted, that'd be a good thing. Hi, everyone. Hey, welcome in. Hey, Tamara. Saw you in the chat. You were the first one. First one. How is everyone doing tonight? Happy Monday. I hope everyone's week is going really well. I am giving it a couple minutes for YouTube to send everything out because y'all haven't been on for like 2 weeks. Y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of live, but I was like, you know what I'm going to do one tonight because we got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. Some good stuff. Um, One of them being, have y'all heard, and if y'all are coming in and you're listening, and type it in the chat if you have y'all heard about the new trend of fall curriculum? I hadn't either, but I'm joining in and I'm really excited. So come in and leave me a comment. Have you heard of it? Fall curriculum is for homesteaders. It's for homesteaders. I got a notification that I was live. But yeah, so fall curriculum. I think the new thing now is skill sharing. And I don't see how that's necessarily a newer thing, because we've been talking about it on the podcast forever. You're so sweet. Listen, I'm a lot. So if you're having withdrawals, you're deep in. No, but I've been trying to get life together. I've been trying to get stuff together. I got a big promotion at work, so I've been kind of all over the place getting stuff together. The big promotion, when I tell you it came at the right time, let me tell you how good God is. Because I had been praying for this for a while. I was like, you know what? If I get this position or if this falls into my lap, I will financially and emotionally be able to move back to a homestead. Um, and I just prayed for him to guide me in the direction that I wanted to go in and or that I should go in, and this fell into my lap. So, regardless, I've been super busy. That's why it's been like one video a week. But fall curriculum. I heard about it on a video from Hey Wanderer. It's one of my new YouTube channels that I watch, and I just adore them, Casey and Savannah. And thank you. Um, it is skill sharing over the fall. Because listen, we do so much, homesteaders, we do so much during the spring, summer. Fall's kind of quiet time. And sometimes I like the quietness. Sometimes I need something to do, if that makes sense. Um, and canning season's kind of slowing down. It never stops because you're always canning something. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this fall curriculum trend and do it now. I have a video coming out on it, and I'm working with a company called Craftsy. So I'm not going to talk about the courses that I'm taking as of yet. I'm going to talk about one because the one that I'm going to talk about is not on Craftsy, Craftsy. But I'm going to talk a little bit about it tonight, and we're also going to talk about prepping and all that kind of stuff like we normally do and how the prepping's going. So what the trend is for this fall curriculum is kind of like college courses, but it's for us grown adults. And what you're doing is you're doing a class once a week through the fall season of a Skillshare that you may want to learn. Like on Craftsy, I'm really excited because there's so many fun classes that you can take. There's the baking, there is knitting, sewing, woodworking, all of that kind of stuff. Any crafty kind of classes They have it, and they're by great instructors, y'all. But one of the courses that I'm doing is I have said it for years and years and years, and I bought the book and everything. I said I wanted to do the Bible in a year. Basically the Bible study. Um, where's my beverage? It's right here. Beverage. Um, I've always wanted to do the Bible in a year. Now, for those that have not followed me for a while, I got really deep into my spiritual journey and my journey with Christ probably around the COVID era and have done a lot to learn scripture and learn how to use it in my life. Now, that is not by any means saying that I am an expert when it comes to scripture. And that is the reason why I wanted to do the Bible in a year, which is basically you're doing a Bible study every day for 365 days, and you get through the whole entire Bible. Now, I had said that for years. I even spent the money and I got the book, I got the study guide, everything. And it's always, lives, and you can't do it. So I was like, you know what? Fall curriculum is a good time for me to actually put aside time to do this Bible study because I really do. Every time, me and my dear, dear friend Monica and Ann, when we shoot our podcasts, they are such amazing, godly women that we talk about scripture all the time. And I've always wanted to learn more and kind of um, understand more of what I was reading. And there are a lot of different opinions on the Bible in a year, a lot of different opinions. And I was like, oh, can I do it? Because let me tell you, as much as I love the Bible, I love Jesus. Some of the passages are a little bit of, um, that kind of thing. Um, so I'm like, can I get through a whole entire year? And I guess that was a part of what stopped me. But I'm not gonna let it stop me this time. Yeah, my phone's blowing up as I'm on live. But that is one big thing that I'm wanting to do. One of the classes is my Bible study. When I put out my video, I will make sure that I link it. Now, there are two different ones. There is the Bible in a Year, the man version, and then there's the Bible in the version, the female version. Don't really know the difference. I'm guessing it's how it's studied and all that kind of stuff. Don't know. Don't quote me to it. But I will leave all of that. Yes, very much that. But there are really good parts too that is so interesting. I did one year. I joined Monica at Bland's Promised Land Ranch, and we did um, vlog timber, vlogmas. Sorry, vlogmas. I'm like, wait, that doesn't sound right. Vlogmas. We did vlogmas, where you vlog every single day for the month of December. Now I will be doing that again this year. Um, but the first year that I did it, I decided I was going to read in my vlogmases at the very end the entire book of Luke. I was going to go through scripture every single time, and that was very good. And I really, really enjoyed the book of Luke, reading it. So I'm excited about that, y'all. I'm excited to be able to do these different courses. Now, I will say, besides my Bible study, I do have kind of like a PE kind of course. That'll be interesting. And I have two crafty kind of courses. Now, one of them I am knowledgeable in, but I won't say I have like my master's in it. And that's what I'm hoping for, is to get really good understanding. But enough of that. because I'll do a video on that and I'll give it away. Y'all know I would just talk and talk and then I'll give it away of what I'm doing. Let's talk about preserving because thank goodness, y'all, it is finally starting to get cooler in Georgia. Like today when I went out to work, it was like 60 and I'm like, ooh, this feels nice. So we're getting there. And one thing that I had to remind myself is that I need to get prepped since I have a fireplace in this homestead where I am now. It is a full wood burning fireplace. So I wanted to make sure that I had logs prepared, but also thanks to Ann Dale, my dear friend Miss Ann, she talked about the dryer lit. Have any of y'all leave it in the comment. Have you saved dryer lit for fire starter? Just asking for a friend. Hi, friend. School. Am I at school? No, I'm not at school right now. I'm confused on the question, friend. Am I talking about school? I was. I try not to say too much. I did say that I got the promotion, and they're supposed to be announcing it tonight at the board meeting, but I haven't seen it. I'm kind of like looking and watching as I'm on because they usually make the announcements on their Facebook page, but we'll see. Tamara, oh yes, you have. I'm going to be doing that. I have put some in Mylar bags to save it. I have put some in little vacuum sealed bags just because I will say my one downfall is I do not know how to start a fire. I'm really bad. I'm really bad. I talk about being a homesteader and I should be prepared, but your boy can't start a fire to save his life. Now, if it's one of those logs that has the paper around it, I can start it all day. I got this. I know. I, I guess once I see the post, that's when I will. Because also, one thing, we're back to promotions. You see how I'm squirreling? I'm like, bing, 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 bing. Um, that like my Google email signature changes then. And I guess I could kind of show on here. Should I? I don't know. The my professional headshot that was done, which was really like a yearbook picture. Um, I don't know. I probably won't show it. Lindsay, I'll just send it to you. But that goes out, and then at the end of the week, I have like a letter that I have to write that goes out to parents. So it will all feel more real once I see it. And then looking down, my phone's vibrating as I'm live. Let's see. In my backpack, I have. Oh, that's smart. I haven't thought about that. Bug bite, squirrel again. Um, but no, we're getting some trees cut down here at the homestead, and I was like, I really want to save the wood because we have a wood burning fireplace, and I don't want to turn on the heat because listen, when I was at the old farm, it was gas, propane heat, which really wasn't that expensive. Propane was expensive, but um, once you got on like a monthly charge, you were good. But I've heard that electric heat is stupid. So I'm like, I don't want to turn it on. And I got a fireplace. And the fireplace will heat up this whole little house because this house is not big, y'all. I think it's like maybe 1,700 square foot. It's not big, but it's 2 stories. So I'm hoping that the fireplace does that and I don't have to turn it on. Fingers crossed. But that's why when we get the trees cut, they were like, "Do you want some of the wood saved?" And I'm like, yes, I do." So they're supposed to be saving some of the wood. Um, when I go to my favorite produce farm stand around the corner from where I live, there is this precious little boy. He sells his homegrown honey and wood that he's cut and chopped. And I'm always for an entrepreneur. So we have to stop and get some from him each time. Even though it's a little bit more expensive, it's totally worth it. Because he's just trying to earn money. And I respect that in a child. Cherry? Cherry wood, maybe? Cherry. Don't quote me. I'll have to put it on my social media pages. He did tell me when he came out and looked, he did tell me. But I was like, I can't remember. But most of the wood that we're going to be using it's already been cured. These trees are not very big. Don't let me fool you on how big these trees are. These are like wish they were trees. These are trunks, you know, trunks. Not very big. But mainly the wood that I'm using is going to be from wood that we've purchased. So I know, I know not to burn too. I do know some things, not much on the burning, but I do know that you're not supposed to burn the new ones that you cut. But these ones, because they'll burn too fast. But that's also if this guy ever cuts these trees down. That should be the real tea, is if he actually cuts it down this winter. But I do have that wood that the boy has cut, and it was so precious, and he has it bagged all nicely. So that's the exciting part. Y'all, I'm getting texts, but I'm not seeing announcements. Well, I just see that it looks like they're still in executive session. Okay, so we're good. We can still chit chat and talk about prepping. Um, oh, y'all, can I just say, and I don't want to spoil it too much because we have the podcast coming out. I think next week is when it comes out. It is a podcast on sourdough. Y'all, I have never, ever in my homesteading career been able to keep sourdough alive until this time. I'm not going to tell you who the guest is. I'm not going to tell you what we did because you have to tune into the podcast. But we're going on tomorrow, will be 21 days, or is it 14? It's one of those. It's one of those. I can't remember. But uh, my oh my god, I can't think of the name. My sourdough starter is still alive. I've never been able to do that. I'm so excited. I think I have one more week before I can actually start using it for bread. So it's gonna be exciting because I'm tired of paying for bread. I really am. Don't burn pine. Yeah, I'm. That's the one. I don't even like to cut pine for all the other things. I don't like it for my garden, any of that. So it won't be pine. I promise you, it won't be pine. But y'all, I am going to head off because my mind right here is all on announcements. And I love every single one of y'all for coming in. And I hope you come in tomorrow night for the podcast. I will be more focused on what we're talking about, which is garlic. It's another thing that I haven't been able to keep alive. And y'all, I promise you, I am a homesteader. But sourdough and garlic have not been my friend over the past 3, 4 years. But we talked with Carmen from Jesus Loving Homesteader, which I love her. She is so knowledgeable on the podcast that came out today, this morning, about garlic. I'm going to be putting it in soon. So you won't want to miss it tomorrow. As a, no, you have to tell me how it does, and if it does well, hit me up because you know I'm going to buy some from you. Because again, I haven't been able to keep it alive, but my sourdough starter right now is still alive. Knock on wood. But I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming in. I hope everyone has a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow when we talk about garlic with Carmen on the podcast. So until then, bye, y'all. Be blessed.